So we're doing a meditation practice to explore the concept of groundlessness, the fact that we're constantly shifting on a continuum of human life. Nothing is actually solid. Physically it's not solid, time-wise it's not solid, resource-wise it's not solid. It's ever shifting, ever changing. So let's just start by, you can choose to have your eyes closed or you can have them open. If you're going to keep your eyes open, just look downwards. Sitting in a position that feels comfortable. You can move at any time. You're welcome to sit in a chair. And we become aware of our surroundings. As you sit here, you can visualize yourself. You know where the furniture is around you, where the walls are. Excuse me. You can feel the space between you and the walls, you and the furniture. And you can hear. You can hear the sounds of the space around you. Stretching your sense of hearing outwards. And then bringing that sense of hearing in a little closer. Just going to grab a tissue, sorry. Pressing the tongue up into the roof of the mouth, letting that spaciousness expand through the jaw, through the skull. And starting to slowly move the body in a way that feels gentle and nourishing, maybe right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, and up and over. And then switching directions. Coming to center and then circling shoulders. So the tools we use in our meditation practice are compassion, equanimity, the ability to balance ourselves, a little bit of lightheartedness. We're not really interested in making this too serious. How can it be? And then letting your heart start to circle, slowly coming forwards to the side and back. and then changing direction. And then settling into a position of stillness, breathing in and out through the nose, bringing the breath in to the heart space, reminding yourself of that heart essence with your breath, and then exhaling from that space. I'm going to read to you. I'm reading from a book called The Places That Scare You, A Guide to Fearlessness by Pema Chodron. That nothing is static or fixed, that all is fleeting and impermanent, is the first mark of existence. It is the ordinary state of affairs. Everything is in process. Everything, every tree, every blade of grass, the animals, insects, human beings, buildings, the animate and the inanimate, is always changing, moment to moment. We don't have to be mystics or physicists to know this. Yet, at the level of a personal experience, we resist this basic fact. It means that life isn't always going to go our way. It means there's loss as well as gain, and we don't like that. Once I was changing jobs and houses at the same time, so I felt insecure, uncertain and groundless. Hoping that he would say something that would help me work with these changes, I complained to Trungpa Rinpoche about having trouble with transitions. He looked at me sort of blankly and said, "We're always in transition. If you can relax with that, you'll have no problem." We know that all is impermanent. We know that everything wears out. Although we can buy this truth intellectually, emotionally, we have a deep-rooted aversion to it. We want permanence. We expect permanence. Our natural tendency is to seek security because we believe we can find it. We use our daily activity as a shield against the fundamental ambiguity of our situation, expending tremendous energy trying to ward off impermanence. And so the three truths that Buddhism teaches of ways we try to create a state of permanency or an illusion of permanency. The first is through our things. We use things as distraction. The second is through our ideas. Well, this is what I believe, and I'm right and you're wrong. And the third is through our state of mind. So the ways that we elevate our state of mind, sometimes that might be through drugs or excessive sport or falling in love, having orgasms, even doing a meditation practice. These are the way we try to break free from the remembering the groundlessness. So for today we're going to just sit with the breath and without any attachment to whether it is good or bad, we're going to stay curious as to what rises. Following the in-breath and the out-breath. Noticing where this journey takes us. even underneath the most painful suffering, the thing we want to run away from most, underneath that, eventually, if you dig through the layers, you do get to love. Awareness on breath, inhaling and exhaling. And when we notice the drifting off, we can label that thinking. Ah, yes, I'm thinking. And we're totally happy to accept this process of thinking. We see it for what it is. It's just the hot and cold of life. There's no avoiding that. I'm going to come back to the breath. Keeping a softness in the bones and the muscles. The subtlest of smiles. Softness in lips, in eyes, in heart. Rather than using the meditation as another means of distraction, of escaping. Our meditation is a way to see clearly. Labeling the thoughts as thinking as they come in. Smiling at them, coming back to the breath. noticing the thoughts, labeling them thinking, recognizing the patterns, coming back to the breath. Beneath any discomfort, there is a softness. We are all vulnerable, fragile, emotional human beings. Every single one of us. And we build up this protection in an effort to stop us feeling the discomfort. The discomfort of our inevitable groundlessness. And sometimes we use things to protect us, to make us feel solid. I have a house, I have a car, I have a great pair of shoes. Therefore, I know I'm safe. And sometimes we use ideas, opinions. We've certainly seen that this last year. This division and polarizing of opinions. I'm safe because I know I'm right. And these people agree with me. So together we reinforce that we are right. And they are wrong. It makes us feel safe. Gives us a feeling of permanence. Or seeking alternate states of mind. Falling in love. Having a glass of wine. Doing a breath practice that makes us trip out. excessive amounts of sport, even gossiping. Efforts to break free from the mundane. But when we don't run from the uncertainty, we can find that place of softness beneath it, the really human part. I call it love. In Buddhism they call it bodhicitta, the softest part of your heart. This bodhicitta is a natural force. It wants to emerge always. It's actually unstoppable. So when we let the strategies end, when we stop blocking bodhicitta, its waters begin to flow. We can slow it down, we can dam it up, but wherever there's an opening, this essence of love, bodhicitta, will always appear. It was never gone. It's the closest thing we have to permanence. A gentle smile, hearing the sound of your breath. Let's drop chin to chest, maybe bring hands to heart. Inviting this softness into our day, into our words and our actions, our perspective. A little bit less hooked on the strategies and a little bit more inclined to let the softness flow. Namaste.